Batting first, number 2, Mia Allen. Batting second, number 32, Gabby Vanessa. Batting third, number 18, Haley Primrose. Batting fourth, number 81, Cecilia Cairo. Batting fifth, number 13, Sage Soares. Batting sixth, number 23, Emily Cronin. Batting 7, number 20, Hannah Hawley. Batting 8, number 7, Elsie Sakosha. Batting 9, number 10, Ava Hawley. Batting 10, number 27, Abby Chiquette. Batting number 11, number 17, Ashley Klingberg. Batting 12, number 9, Sophia Shagnot. Batting number 13, number 14, Sam Bergatino, excuse me. And batting 14th, number 11, Liliana Bell. Well. And now your host, the Lady Wizards. Batting first, number 26, Tijana Krivonic. Batting second, number 14, Bria Alves. Batting third, number 15, Mackenzie Briggs. Batting fourth, number 25, Zoe Battersby. Batting fifth, number 2, Jamie Dornati. Batting 6, number 19, Emma Pinot. Batting 7, number 11, Olivia Zidic. Batting 8, number 13, Adriana Cassetti. Batting 9, the second baseman, number 28, Samantha Strain. Batting 10, number 10, Maddie Walsh. On substitutes, number 24, Deandra Gale. Number 4, Christina Salo. Number 6, Ava Wiggins. Number 8, Kelsey Sullivan. Number 16, Ali Ionati. Number 20, Michelle Moda. Number 29, Kaylee DeGotto. And that is your Lady Wizards. We like to acknowledge the senior class of 2022 for the Coventry Ochres. We'd like to acknowledge Sam Bergantino. Hannah Hawley. Ashley Klingberg. And Cecilia Cairo. And now, everyone, please remove your caps as we do the national anthem.
Twilight
All right, can we have everyone focus your attention to our Lady Wizards as they're going to commemorate our senior class of 2022.
All right, so this speech is for Briggsy. Hey, Cap. I'd just like to start off by saying how grateful the team and I are for your heart, your work ethic, and your sportsmanship that you bring to this group on and off the field. Additionally, I'd personally like to thank you for the great amount of chocolate chip and blueberry muffins you've bought for me before games. It truly means the world. I've had the honor of playing softball with Briggs for 4 years now, and I've watched her grow as a player and a person. When I was in 6th grade and she was in 7th, we didn't talk very much, but I always looked up to her for how good of a player she was. In my 7th grade year, she opened up a little bit more, and from that 1 year, I was able to conclude that I felt much more secure when I had Briggs on the field with me. Unfortunately, we were robbed of experiencing a season together my freshman year. However, I was fortunate enough to have a season with her last year and this year, and we've become great pals because of that. I always brag to my travel friends about having Briggsy on my team, even just knowing her. We actually played against each other a few times for travel, and I'd get so excited, tell all my friends that's my pitcher, and then strike out against her moments after. I've kept this from you for so long, for the length of our friendship, as to not inflate your ego too much. But I figured now is an appropriate time to share. Thank you for all the great memories, and I wish you the best of luck at Emmanuel. Hopefully you'll make it to a game or two next year, but you better be here for my senior night. Congratulations on a great season. I'm going to miss you so much. Can we have can we have Briggs's parents, please, to the field?
Mackenzie, mom and dad, come to the softball field right now.
I'm nervous. What? Where's my? Hello. Sorry, Sam. She's so amazing. What? All right. Do I go now? Can I have Sam's parents out here, please? I'm nervous. In my normal voice. All right. My speech isn't that long or detailed. My bad, but here's the start. Ready? Dear Soccer Sam 833, it has been such an honor to play with you all year round. You really show what a great athlete and teammate you are. From scoring bangers in soccer to airballing basketball to now playing bench in softball, I had a great year playing with you. It will never be the same without you, and I know you're going to do amazing in college and one day be a great businesswoman. I love you so much, Sam.
And those are your seniors, Mackenzie Briggs and Samantha Strain. Let's play ball.
Very nice. Okay. He's got 2 first basemen and no left fielder.
This is, let me see.
We're going to guess and say that.
I'm on. Okay, we are on. This is Eric White and John Parenti broadcasting senior night softball. Coventry Oakers visiting the West Warwick Wizards here on the Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizards softball. Hot, steamy day here, cooling down. We are broadcasting from the Snack Shack. Probably not the place we should be broadcasting from, but I kind of like the sound of that. Snack Shack Productions. You know, maybe we can get T-shirts made or something like that. Wizards coming into the contest
9-4.
9-4 in Division. 9-5 actually. They 9-5 in Division 2. They are. This is a non-league match with Division 1 Coventry, which comes into the contest 14-2, and I believe 16-2 overall.
Right. They haven't lost since like April 20-something.
Yeah.
They've run off 11 in a row, and they are bona fide. They are that good.
Yeah. And they are. If you look at the rest of their. The rest of their division, they're in.
They actually tied for first today. They beat Pilgrim 2-0.
Yep.
So both they and the Patriots are 13-2 in league play. So we'll set up the Wizards for you defensively as we get underway tonight at Amy Smith Field. Emma Pinault is at first base. Tiana Kiovankovic is at second. Olivia Zadrick is at short. Adriana Carcetti is at third. Sam Strain, one of the 2 seniors recognized before the game, is in left field. Bria Alves, hitting .438, is in center. Zoe Battersby is in right field. And Maddie Walsh accepting the offerings of senior Mackenzie Briggs. Briggs has now appeared in 13 games with an ERA of .85. She is 5-4 with the save. She's thrown 49 2/3 innings, and she has struck out 78 while walking only 5. That, my friends, is some fairly good chucking. For the Oakers, we believe Ava Hawley. No, will not be Ava Hawley. We think that Chris Dignault is going to bat all 14 players, and it's Mia Allen leading off. Briggs' fastball is swung on strike 1. Eric, how you been?
I've been all right, just worrying about a little of the technical things. So thank you so much for doing this game with us. It was much appreciated.
It's 1-1 Dwellin. We were promised full stat packages for both teams. Brian Palazzo delivered. Chris Dignault, I'm not going to blame Chris. This strike 2, it's 1-2. Chris Dignault did not, but that's because Chuck Jones, the outstanding sort of athletic director at Coventry High, did not give him the message. So blame Chuck. The 1-2. Second floor, 2-2.
Did Chuck Jones, baseball coach over at Cranston West many years ago?
Yes, he did.
He coached many people I went to high school with.
Chuck's a great guy. Loved to death. Swing and a miss. Allen's out to begin the game.
Now batting number 32, Gabby Fennessy.
The Oakers are going with a 14-player batting order because this really doesn't count an awful lot in anything.
No.
Except the West Warwick Coventry rivalry.
Yeah.
Briggs misses high, ball 1.
Now they beat it was a Pilgrim earlier today, 2-0, right?
That was a big win.
Yeah, and that puts them in first place in their division in Division One. Coventry is one of the better teams in the state.
They are.
Without question.
And they hit the ball. They mash. Here comes the 1-1 to Fennessy. Strike two. Fennessy will be followed by Kaylee Primrose, Cecilia Cairo, and then Sage Soares, who I don't think will be pitching. We'll know in a moment or two. Again, Chris keeping everything in his back pocket. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Fennessy. Strike 3's called.
This is going just about the way every Mackenzie Briggs game I've ever seen goes.
Yep.
She is so dominant out there.
The all-time career leader in strikeouts at West Warwick High School. And she's always all around the plate. What did I say? 78 strikeouts and 5 walks this year? That's amazing.
That is.
I couldn't hit that. It's strike 2. Everybody straight away. Here's the pitch. That'll do it for the inning. Mackenzie Briggs strikes out the side of the Ochre first after a half inning. Coventry nothing. West Warwick coming to the plate.
And we're going to take a short break here. We'll be right back on the Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizards Softball.
Do you ever sit at home on the weekend with nothing to do? Check out Local Music Watch New England, your source for live local music, making local bands and venues publicly known. The group shares all of their information on their Facebook and website. Just search for Local Music Watch New England on Facebook or visit their website www.lmwne.webador.com. Local Music Watch New England, keeping an eye on local music so you don't have to.
And welcome back. John Parenti, Eric White here. Senior night for the West Warwick Wizards, who are playing a non-league game, but a very important game. It's against Coventry, so it's always a big game. Coventry coming in at 16-2 overall, 14-2 in Division I South. And earlier today, I believe it was 11 a.m., they beat Pilgrim, who they were tied for first place with. Now they're in first place alone in the Division I South standings. But Mackenzie Briggs shut him down 1-2-3 in the first inning. He's really having
very good doing it. Very strong.
Yes.
We will see how the Ochre stack up defensively. We do know Ashley Klingberg is catching.
Now batting, number 26.
And Emily
Diana
Cronin
Vino
is
Lompicic.
pitching. Emily Cronin, believe it or not, is the number 3 starter for Coventry. Sage Soares, of course, the lefty, and Sam Bergantino, the senior, are 1 and 1A. A little pop-up, a little floater caught by Cronin. 1 pitch, 1 out as Tiana Kiovanovich pops up and pops out.
Now batting number
Here's
14,
Bria Alves.
Bria Alves.
14 for 38 on the year, 438. And the first offer is up high. It's ball 1. She has the classic stance of her father, Dave.
Yeah.
She really does. And the 1-0 change-up missed high.
Yeah, good. She had a good eye on that one. That one was definitely high.
Sooner or later, we'll set the Ochre defense for you. As soon as we read numbers and things like that, there's the called strike.
It's turned out to be a beautiful night here, John. It was very hot earlier on, but
Another change-up fouled off toward the Ochre bench and out of play.
we're not out in the sun right now, but nice breeze coming through here.
Where's that Ochre lineup you promised
Oh,
me?
okay, right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cronin delivers, missed upstairs. So she worked her full. Alves awaits the payoff pitch. Missed inside, ball 4. First base runner of the game is Bria Alves.
Now batting.
And Briggs has got a
Number
chance to help
15.
himself very early.
Mackenzie Briggs.
So we know Celia Cairo is at third base. Takes ball one, gets by Klingberg, and on to second base goes Alves. It's a wild pitch. This is going to be a challenge. The offer is strike. Brian Palazzo, the head coach of the Wizards, will bat the classic 9. Here's the pitch. Another change, missed upstairs again. A perfunctory call. Cronin delivers. Pops straight up, headed our way out of play, and thought it was going to hit the roof.
Yeah.
Nope. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Briggs. Came in at .324, 11 hits and 34 at bats. She's ready. Cronin is ready. Line drive right at the shortstop for the out. Alves dives back at first safely. Second. That's the one in the middle, right?
Now batting number 25, Zoe Battersby.
So with 2 down, here comes the Wizards' leading RBI leader, Zoe Battersby. 10 for 39. A third of her hits have been home runs. Sky high pop fly. And caught at first by Primrose, and that'll do it for the inning. For the Wizards, no runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We go to the second in a scoreless game.
And we're going to take a short break here on the Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizards Softball.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Local Music Watch New England. They specialize in bringing attention and support to the local live music scene. Based in West Warwick and Warwick, their goal is to make people aware of the local bands and venues that host these shows to show support of local musicians. With weekly schedules of live music performances across Rhode Island and other parts of New England, it's hard not to check them out. If you're interested in what they do, you can find them on Facebook at Local Music Watch New England or at lmwne.webadore.com. Now, back to the event.
And we're back. Top of the second. Cecilia Cairo at the plate.
Mackenzie Briggs working on 3 consecutive strikeouts.
Mackenzie seemed to make decent contact with that ball. If it were just a couple of feet higher or maybe a foot higher, it's maybe Kivangvichet comes home. But there's a lot of what-ifs.
It's an 0-2 to Cairo. Wizards around the horn. Pinault at first. Kivangvichet at second. Zajac the shortstop. Carcetti at third. Cairo hangs in there at 0-2. Four in a row by Briggs.
Now batting for the Lady Okies, number 13, Sage Soares.
So here's Sage Soares, the freshman who has had an outstanding year as a pitcher for the Okers. Briggs has now thrown 3, 6, 9, 12. That is her 13th strike. She's probably thrown maybe 16 pitches. Did she go? The answer is no. It's 1-1. Al's choked up a little bit in center field. A little bit, not much. Of course, you get a ball over the head of an outfielder, it's going to roll forever.
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike to Soares. Her dad's going to be around here somewhere. Briggs brings the count to 3-1. And the offer, fastball, missed ball 4. Somebody's not giving the outside portion of the plate.
Yeah.
Or the outside corner, at least early.
Yeah.
2 borderline pitches. So Soares is on at first, and here's Emily Cronin. And there's ball 1 down low. Briggs ready to deal. 1-1. Oker's making some contact, but not necessarily in fair territory. 2-1 to Cronin. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Haven't seen a crowd like this since the old Rhode Island Modified Fast Pitch League. Back in the day. I won't tell you what day. Another pop foul. Cronin hangs in at 1-2.
I had told you before about Chuck Jones being the baseball coach at Cranston West, and I went in for an interview for a track coach job years ago over there. And he was naming kids, and all those kids that were my age that played on his team are 50 now. and he is still at it as the athletic director. So.
There's one thing you don't want me to do right now, Eric White. It's wax nostalgic about this field of people like Chuck Jones. In 1981, we did 101 softball games because the major leagues were on strike. Here's strike 1 to Holly.
It's a good thing we avoided that this year with baseball.
Yeah.
I think nobody wants to see that again. Wow.
Hannah Hawley is a great, great hitter. Changeup missed. That was rather luscious.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. It has turned out to be a very, very comfortable night.
Yeah.
The 1-1 pop foul out of play.
And it's a good thing because the equipment that we're broadcasting on right now, most of it came in on the backs of Riley Maynard and myself. So the hotter it is, the more you sweat carrying it in. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. It is a beautiful night here.
Good eye from Hawley. Going to ask Riley to find my screenshots.
Riley producing tonight. And we've got some people on camera. Liliana Volpe on camera. She was in my media broadcasting class for a semester. And Nathan Onek down the third base line.
3-2 to Hawley. Second time Briggs has been worked to a full count. There's ball 4.
Oh, she started out throwing almost nothing but strikes, and now
Okers, number 7, Elise Sakosha.
I feel like I'm at an under 10 game. There's been 5 strikeouts and 2 walks.
Yeah.
You go to a U10 game, there aren't many hits.
Yeah.
So with 2 down, Elise Sakosha walks in. She, too, has had a very good year. They've got like a Mount Rushmore of great hitters over in Coventry. This one's lined foul out of play over the right field fence to the foul side of the West Warwick dugout area, although it's not a dugout, it's a stand-in.
Stand-in.
0-1 to Sakosha. Ball skips by the catcher on to the second and third go the runners. Soares to third, Hawley to second. Coventry threatening here. They just need a hit from Elise Sakosha. Because of Chuck Jones, I've been able to follow these Okers a little bit more closely than normal.
Yeah.
There's a line drive caught by Keo Vankovicit for the third and final out. So the first good contact goes for nothing.
Yeah.
Coventry goes scoreless in the second, After 1.5, Oakers nothing, Wizards nothing.
And we'll take a break here. Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizard Softball.
Teen e-cig use, or vaping, is an epidemic, with 1 in 5 using them, but it's not safe for young people.
Our brains continue to grow until our mid-20s.
Nicotine use can change the way our brains grow, and not for the better.
The part of our brain that makes decisions, calculates risks, learns, and helps memory.
Plus, nicotine can hotwire our brains for other addictions.
Not water vapor, not harmless, and not cool.
Do you ever sit at home on the weekend with nothing to do? Check out Local Music Watch New England, your source for live local music, making local bands and venues publicly known. The group shares all of their information on their Facebook and website. Just search for Local Music Watch New England on Facebook or visit their website www.lmwne.webador.com. Local Music Watch New England, keeping an eye on local music so you don't have to.
And we're back. Eric White, John Parenti. Bottom of the second here. Still scoreless. Seen a couple of would-be hits, but so far hitless. Mackenzie Briggs worked her way out of a jam. Runners on second and third before that final out, so we're still scoreless here. Non-league game, but senior night. Coventry, West Warwick, so it always means something when these two towns
Yeah, it
play.
sure doesn't matter. Non-league, league, whatever. It's Coventry and it's West Warwick.
Number 2, Jamie Durante.
Well, now we got our screenshot. We got our averages. Now we just have to find out who's in the outfield.
There we go.
Bit by bit. Small victories, Alex. Small victories. Cronin throws strike 1 to Jamie Lee Duarte. The designated player batting in Walsh's spot for the Wizards. Little change up, well executed by Cronin. It's 0-2. Brian Palazzo, hands folded at third base. And the 0-2 fouled off and almost popped into our hands.
Yeah. That sounded like it went off the catcher's mask.
It did. Then rode all the way up to the backstop.
Yeah.
Another 0-2 coming from Cronin. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jamie at 320, 8 for 25. And the 1-2, strike 3. First strikeout for Cronin.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 19, Emma Pino.
Emma Pino, a pretty good pitcher in her own right.
And the Wizards are going to have a big hole to fill because this is naturally Briggs' last year, as you saw from senior night. She's been such a dominant pitcher, so it's going to be interesting to see who steps up next year. And
it really should be this young lady who takes strike 1.
She's a sophomore
And
this
to make
year.
matters worse, my pen is not working.
Oh. Hey, I am right here for you. Is that one
That
working?
one's in the heart.
Okay.
Oh, good job, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks.
Figured I got this one from the Board of Elections.
Oh, there we go. Oh, no, it's
The 0-2. Strike 3, gave the outside corner. Okay, so he's not giving the inside, but he's giving the outside corner. Brian Palazzo, take note.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards.
2 down
number
for
11,
Olivia Zajic.
Olivia Zajic.
Two for 12 in limited action, hitting 167. Cronin lobbed the changeup for ball for strike 1.
Zadig, we're having a couple of ninth graders, a couple of freshmen right in a row batting here.
So Zadig is a freshman.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. According to this roster, yes.
I just learned she has a silent J.
I guess so.
Zadek.
Yeah.
0-2. Cronin ready and fires ball 1 low. Ball 2 missed at the eyebrows. Abby Choquette is the shortstop, so we got another one. There's ball 4. Nothing but walks and strikeouts so far.
Number 13, Adriana Carcetti.
Adriana Carcetti comes to the plate. Fouled back, strike 1. Now, I haven't seen Adriana outside of a softball field in like 6 years. She and her 2 sisters, her triplet sisters, they're both here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice change by Cronin. Adriana way ahead of it. It's 0-2. Very tough for a good pitcher, a good hitter like Adriana to lay off that thing. Ground ball, second base side, picked up and thrown to first. Bell to Soares, and the inning's over. No runs, 1 left for the Wizards after 2. We have no score.
And we will take a short break here on the Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizard Softball.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Local Music Watch New England. They specialize in bringing attention and support to the local live music scene. Based in West Warwick and Warwick, their goal is to make people aware of the local bands and venues that host these shows to show support of local musicians. With weekly schedules of live music performances across Rhode Island and other parts of New England, it's hard not to check them out. If you're interested in what they do, you can find them on Facebook at Local Music Watch New England or at lmwne.webadore.com. Now, back to the event.
Ava Hawley leads off for the Oakers in the top of the 3rd inning. A scoreless game here at Amy Smith Field. Hawley, a sophomore, takes strike 1 from Mackenzie Briggs. We're expecting Hawley, Choquette, and Ashley Klingberg here in the top of the 3rd. The 0-1. Fouled back, it's 0-2.
This backstop has certainly got its use tonight.
It's early yet.
Yeah.
Fly ball left center field. This could be a little bit of trouble. It's going to bound in for a base hit, maybe 2. On her way to second is Hawley with a stand-up double.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 27, Abby Choquette.
Oh.
So the Oakers get their leader aboard on the 3rd inning, and Choquette steps to the plate. Abby hitting 200 on the year. Briggs is ready. A high strike. Okay, I'm not lying to you. A very high strike. Briggs will take it.
What she's not getting on the corners, she's getting in other places.
Here's the 0-1. Oh. No balls, 2 strikes. on the 0-2. Ground to the third. Carcetti over to first for the out. On to third goes Hawley. When Ashley Klingberg walked into the field, I was walking the other way. I looked at her. I said, Ashley, are you ready? She said, oh, yeah.
Ashley Klingberg.
She steps to the plate. Pretty good athlete, Ashley Klingberg. There's ball one. Just a little bit below the knees. Member of Donna Bowden's basketball team over at Coventry High. And the pitch. Late on the fastball. It's 1-1. Hawley at third. Brian Palazzo's defense is Kiovankovic back at second base. Everybody else pulled up a little bit. There's a liner. Ooh. How she got around on that thing, I'll never know. It's a fastball, and Ashley turned on it and wailed it over the fence on the left field side in foul territory.
Well, you got to pay attention when you're sitting on the sidelines of one of these games. That one went over the heads of a couple of people sitting over there.
You should have seen when they had like 20, 25-year-old guys hitting a ball like that. And that fence was not that high. This one's popped back foul. There were stands on the left, stands on the right, and a 6-foot fence. And you had to worry about where you were standing or sitting because that thing was coming at you.
Absolutely.
2-strike pitch misses high. So it'll be a 2-2 coming to Klingberg. Fly ball to center field. This should bring in a run. Alves is under it. Alves has it. Here comes Hawley with the first run of the game. The Oakers lead at 1-0.
How about for the Lady Oakers, number 9, Sophie Shagnot.
So Coventry leads it on a sac fly by Klingberg, and Sophie Shagnot comes to the plate. She's another one of the monster hitters at 366. Briggs blows one by her. It's 0-1. Shagnot batting in the unorthodox number 12 spot. It's going to take a while getting used to.
Yeah.
Basically, when you're batting 14, nobody's going to get more than 2 at-bats.
Yeah. In a 7-inning game, yeah.
That one's line foul.
Now, you would know this better than I, John. Earlier today, Coventry played a game, and now they're playing a doubleheader, if you will, I guess you'd call it. You don't see that happen much.
No, you don't.
In a
and it was scheduled like that right from the start of the season.
Really?
It wasn't rain delayed or anything. She waves at strike 3. Down goes Shagnot. Down go the Oakers, but they pick up the first run of the game on 1 hit. Nobody left on base, and now after 2.5, Coventry 1, West Warwick nothing.
Teen e-cig use or vaping is an epidemic, with 1 in 5 using them, but it's not safe for young people.
Our brains continue to grow until our mid-20s.
Nicotine use can change the way our brains grow, and not for the better.
The part of our brain that makes decisions, calculates risk, learns, and helps memory.
Plus, nicotine can hotwire our brains for other addictions.
Not water vapor, not harmless, and not cool.
Do you ever sit at home on the weekend with nothing to do? Check out Local Music Watch New England, your source for live local music, making local bands and venues publicly known. The group shares all of their information on their Facebook and website. Just search for Local Music Watch New England on Facebook or visit their website www.lmwne.webador.com. Local Music Watch New England, keeping an eye on local music so you don't have to.
All right. We are back. Are we back? We're back. This Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizards softball. Wizards finding themselves down in a 1-0 hole early on here. We're at the top of the 4th? Bottom of the 3rd. Okay. Bottom of the 3rd inning. John Parenti here with myself, Eric White. Thank you very much again for coming in.
My pleasure as the Ogres make some wholesale changes.
Yeah.
Klingberg back behind the plate. Cairo has gone to first base. Made a change over at third as Fennessy is now playing third. And my ochre sheet is starting to look like a road map of Crompton.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
I also hello, Mike Green.
Hello, how are you? For the Lady Wizards, number 28, Samantha Strange.
I also owe Sophie Shagno an apology, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Swinging straight, Sam lost the bat. So for the entire season on radio, Chuck Jones, as I said, gives me a lot of the information. I'm so thankful for that. But I told him immediately after game one, how do you pronounce Sophie's last name? He says it's Shagnot. It's Shagno. Ball down low. Sam Strain hitting .500 in limited action, 1 for 2. Batting here in the bottom of the third, it's 1-0 Coventry.
It's funny we're talking about names. Kia Vongvicit, I went up to the source, asked her, and we've been calling Morgan Judd Morgan for 3 years until we figured it out this year. So
But she is Morgan.
Morgan, yes. And I said, why didn't you tell me? She said, she's just too polite to correct us.
She's a great kid.
Yeah.
Looks at strike three, does Strain. It's 1 down.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 10, Maddie Walsh.
So Cairo is at first. Liliana Bell is at second. Fennessy is at third. And I want to say that's Abby Choquette at short. It is. First pitch to Maddie Walsh is ball 1. Keo Vongvicit is on deck. Here's a strike. Conan splits the heart. So they used Bergantino this morning. Soares is probably in the pen. There's a little looper toward center field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. So the number 10 batter becomes the third Wizard base runner of the evening.
Great placement on that. Your little bloop single right over second base where nobody was. And the Wizards could use some offense here, definitely.
The Wizards are going to put a courtesy runner into the ball game. It's Michelle Mota. Keo Vongvicit started with a pop-up directly back to Cronin to start the game. There's a ground ball to short. Choquette over to Bell for 1. On to first, not in time. Tiana is on, the fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 14, Bria Alves.
Bria Alves walked in the first inning. Facing Cronin for a second time, and the pitch is low, ball 1.
Bria Alves stand out on the volleyball team as well, the girls volleyball team that went to its third straight championship this year.
Laid off the strike, laid off the high pitch, and paid for it. Bria's had 1-1. Cronin ready again, this ball 2. Briggs is on deck hoping to tie the game. She needs Bria to get on. That would move the courtesy runner over. Foul back. The wind is actually blowing in from center field. It's making us feel pretty good. Not sure if it topped over 88 today. Liner
Yeah.
into left field. It's going to be a base hit. On to second base goes Kia Vankovich. And the Wizards are in business on a Bria Alves single to left.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 15, Mackenzie Briggs.
So indeed, Briggs has an opportunity to give herself a hand. And Cronin in her first jam of the game. She struck out 3, walked 2 thus far. And the pitch is a ball down low. Bottom of the third. And the 1-0. There's a line drive base hit in the center field. And it's going to roll as well. Here comes Kilovanovich to score. Here comes Alves to score. The Wizards take a 2-1 lead on a double by Mackenzie Briggs.
And they needed that, to say the least.
A big 2-run double.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 25.
We'll see if Battersby can keep it going.
Battersby.
So the senior delivers on her night.
That was a nice line drive hit down the third base line and made contact. 2-1 lead. Senior night doesn't get much better.
Battersby geared up for that pitch. Cronin threw the changeup. It's 0-1. Threw it again. Strike 2. Zoe quickly down in the count. Came in hitting .343. Cronin ready and offers the 0-2. Fouled back. Battersby's brother Cal has had a very, very good year. Don't know what that is all about. Here comes the 0-2. Line drive foul. Brian Palazzo heard it whiz by his head. Ducked under it.
It's called softball, but that ball is not soft. That's for sure.
That one's fouled back. Zoe hangs in there. Briggs is the runner at second. The Wizards have 3 hits this inning and now have a 2-1 lead. DJ Anthony leans over to hear the play-by-play. The 1-2. Change up is popped straight up. Cronin there, and that'll do it for the Wizards in the third. But West Warwick picks up 2 runs on 3 hits. They strand a runner. And now after 3 here at Amy Smith Field, it's the Wizards 2, the Okers 1.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Local Music Watch New England. They specialize in bringing attention and support to the local live music scene. Based in West Warwick and Warwick, their goal is to make people aware of local bands and venues that host these shows to show support of local musicians. With weekly schedules of live music performances across Rhode Island and other parts of New England, it's hard not to check them out. If you're interested in what they do, you can find them on Facebook at Local Music Watch New England or at lmwne.webadore.com. Now, back to the event.
And we're here, Eric White, John Parenti, on Wizards TV. Wizards taking a 2-1 lead after last inning here on senior night. And so the offense for the Wizards finally getting going, but you can't count out those bats for Coventry.
It started with an unusual place. Maddie Walsh singled to center field, and then after she was cut down by the fielder's choice, there's a foul ball, strike one to Sam Bergantino. Alves singled to left center, and then Briggs delivered the 2-run double to make it 2-1 West Warwick here in the fourth. Briggs flies this one's off toward right field and going deep. That gets past the right fielder Battersby on to second base. Goes Bergantino heading to third. She'll be in with a stand-up triple. Ouch.
Yeah.
Sam's done that all year.
Number 11, Liliana Bell.
The hero of the earlier game, the win against Pilgrim, triples and now stands at third with the potential tying run. Here's Liliana Bell. Little flutterer toward the Wizard bench, strike one. Bergantino is another one of those Ochre players who I've been mentioning every single game. 3 hits here, 2 hits here, 5 RBIs in one game. She's had a great season. Bell takes a strike. It's 0-2. Ochres will finally be back to the top of the batting order, and Mia Allen, who's on deck. That misses high. Top of that order, Allen and Fennessy and Primrose may get a third at bat today. Swinging, strike 3.
Now batting for the Lady Ochres, number 2, Mia Allen.
7th strikeout for Mackenzie Briggs. And here's Allen, who was strikeout victim number 1 to open the game.
Looks like she's squaring up to bunt.
Briggs trying to squeeze the runner home. Garcetti alertly at third, charging. And I don't say that because her old man is standing about 3 feet in front of me. Oh, she's a lot better than the old man. The offer again by Allen, foul back. Oh, 0-2 to Mia Allen, 1 down, a runner at third. Ochre's trying to tie the game. And Briggs gets on the fastball.
Now batting for the Lady Ochres, number 32, Gabby Fennessy.
Here's Fennessy, who's already played right field. She's played third base. God knows where Chris Stegdahl is going to play her next. That might have been the first time all year that back in the second inning when Briggs walked 2 batters. She's only walked 7 all year. It's 0-2.
She's working on 8 strikeouts now, right?
She has 8.
Has 8 strikeouts.
Fennessy looking to bring the tying run home. Briggs throws strike 3, and that'll do it. So after the leadoff triple by Bergantino, the Ochres go down 1-2-3, and after 3.5, we are halfway through, and the Wizards lead it 2-1.
Teen e-cig use or vaping is an epidemic, with 1 in 5 using them, but it's not safe for young people.
Our brains continue to grow until our mid-20s.
Nicotine use can change the way our brains grow, and not for the better.
The part of our brain that makes decisions, calculates risk, learns, and helps memory.
Plus, nicotine can hotwire our brains for other addictions.
Not water vapor, not harmless, and not cool.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Local Music Watch New England. They specialize in bringing attention and support to the local live music scene. Based in West Warwick and Warwick, their goal is to make people aware of the local bands and venues that host these shows to show support of local musicians. With weekly schedules of live music performances across Rhode Island and other parts of New England, it's hard not to check them out. If you're interested in what they do, you can find them on Facebook at Local Music Watch New England or at lmwne.webadore.com. Now, back to the event.
All right. John Parenti, Eric White back here. Wizards softball after 3.5 going into the bottom of the fourth. Wizards hanging on to a 2-1 lead here on senior night. And this game where if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, it's after the fact because we're recording it and we recorded it and now it's playing on the channel.
And archived for all time.
And archived for all time. I didn't want to take a chance with the Wi-Fi connection back here, so we wanted to get the game in nice and crystal clear so we could see everything.
Jamie Duarte.
And so far, it's been nice to see. We've seen some great pitching here, a couple of good hits, and the home team is ahead. But it ain't over yet.
A lot of changes again for Chris Dignault, including the previously mentioned Ms. Fennessy, who's now catching, playing her third position in 4 innings. Jamie Duarte fouls the first pitch off. Duarte was a strikeout victim in the second inning. Cronin's still in. It's 1-1. Cronin has struck out 3, walked 2, as twilight begins to fall here in Crumpton. The 0-1 fouled again to the right side. It's 0-2. Not a good day for allergies either.
That's for sure. My wife will tell you that.
My voice will tell you that. 0-2 to Duarte. Pinault and Zezek on deck. There's strike 3.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 19, Emma Pino.
It's good to catch up a little bit with Emma Pinault's mother, Stacy, earlier. Proud resident, lifetime resident of Natick, as is Anthony Carcetti, as is yours truly. You don't stray too far from home when you grow up in Natick. There's no better place on earth.
Yeah.
Ball 1. Emma was called on strikes back in the second inning. The Wizards 2 runs, 3 hits. Coventry 1 run, 2 hits. Each team has left 3 on base, a ball high. Both teams scoring in the third inning. Cronin's deal, dribbled back. Chris Dignault was going to pick it up, but Brian Palazzo says, "I'll take care of that." Because just like he plays, you'll probably throw in a substitute ball. Chris has made 41,207 lineup changes tonight.
And you've handled them beautifully, John, so far.
You think so? I still don't know who's in left field. And strike 3. Good frame by Fennessy.
Yeah. That was a beautiful pitch.
Cronin again, rocks and deals. That's up high, ball 4. West Warwick has had a base runner in every inning. This time it's Emma Pinault in the fourth.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 11, Olivia Zedek.
Shortstop Olivia Zedek. She walked in the second, didn't get any further from first, and again we go to the courtesy runner. That's Moda again. Bunt will get her over to second. Cronin will go to first. Sacrifice works.
Ones don't get much better than that. That was perfectly placed.
Batting for the Lady Wizards, number 13, Adriana Carcetti.
Adriana Carcetti looking to give the Wizards another run with Pinault at second base. Popped it up foul.
Well, you know, John, you say your voice is a little off, but from our pitch camera, you are on TV when we have our pitch camera going, and you look fantastic, I have to say.
I always look fantastic.
I know. Yeah.
Ground ball, hot shot, taking it short on the first. Play made, the inning's over. Abby Choquette to Hawley will end the fourth inning. No runs for the Wizards. They strand one after 4 complete. West Warwick 2, Coventry 1.
Do you ever sit at home on the weekend with nothing to do? Check out Local Music Watch New England, your source for live local music, making local bands and venues publicly known. The group shares all of their information on their Facebook and website. Just search for Local Music Watch New England on Facebook or visit their website www.lmwne.webador.com. Local Music Watch New England, keeping an eye on local music so you don't have to.
And we are back. Eric White, John Parenti, going into the top of the 5th inning. Wizards holding to a 2-1 lead. Pretty nice senior night. Weather's cooperating, knock on wood. Getting a nice competitive game with many different players playing on at least one side of the one side of the field.
Kaylee Primrose will lead it off for Coventry.
So that's going to be it for Briggs for today on the mound.
Emma
in the
Pinault
circle.
has come in to pitch for the Wizards. The line on Briggs, she allowed 1 run, 2 hits. She struck out 9 and walked 2. So Pinault comes in, and who's at first?
Number 16. Ali Ayanati.
Now batting for the Lady Oakers, number 18, Haley Primrose.
Primrose leads it off for Coventry, down 2-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Walsh remains behind the plate. Wizards have also placed a new third baseman into the lineup. And there's strike 1 from Pinault. Emma's seen an awful lot of action this year. She's appeared in 6 games. The liner foul. Pinault is 3-0. Couple of complete games, 1 shutout. She carries an ERA of 1.62.
Not bad.
6 walks and 23 strikeouts on the year. And the pitch. Swinging, strike 3. Down goes Primrose.
Now batting for the Lady Oakers, number 81, Cecilia Cairo.
And she's somebody, Pinault, who we're going to have for a couple of more years after this. So it's going to be exciting to see what she has to offer the next couple of years.
Bria Alves is pulled way over toward right center field. A ball high to Cairo. Try and catch that third baseman as well. It's 1-1. Or did Zadek move to third and brings it short? Is that it, maybe?
Maybe.
Strike in the heart. Oh, hello, Mike Green.
Oh, number 8, Kelsey Sullivan at third.
Ground ball to third. Sullivan dribbles and throws her out.
There we go.
Caught that substitution just in time, Mike Green.
Now batting for the Lady Ochres, number 13, Sage Soares.
That's why he's on the Mount Rushmore of expert analysts. Sage Soares takes ball 1. Oh, we've covered that one with like a blanket. Should Coventry grab the lead, you will probably see Sage Soares throw an inning or two. But first, have to grab the lead. Pino throws a straight of the knees. A little change missed high. Emma's got a little wrinkle as well. This time they're playing source to the pull side. There's a lot of room between left field and the center fielder. So it's 3-1 to Soares with Emily Cronin on deck. And the 3-1. Missed low ball 4. They check.
Now batting for the
To
Lady
no
Ochres,
avail.
number 23, Emily Cronin.
The Ogres bring up a 366 hitter to face Peanut. It's Emily Cronin with a runner aboard. And 2 down here in the 5th. Strike 1 outside and down. Nice pitch by Peanut. She found the right spot. Did the Crusaders play a game today, Mike?
No, sir. They played Thursday.
Mike's daughter Molly plays for Prout. It's 1-1 here. We won't tell anybody. The 1-1. Up high ball 2. The next 3 hitters are among Coventry's best. Cronin, Hannah Hawley, and Sakosho. Pinot winds and deals. Fouled off. Huge gap in left center field. Don't you think Emily doesn't notice it? Ball missed. Now Briggs had a chance to help herself and had a 2-run double. Cronin looking to do the same thing here at 3-2. Payoff, grounded toward shortstop. And that'll do it. Zadek Twayanati, and the inning's over. Through 4.5 here at Amy Smith Field in Crompton, it remains the Wizards 2, the Coventry Ochres 1.
Teen e-cig use or vaping is an epidemic with 1 in 5 using them, but it's not safe for young people.
Our brains continue to grow until our mid-20s.
Nicotine use can change the way our brains grow, and not for the better.
The part of our brain that makes decisions, calculates risk, learns, and helps memory.
Plus, nicotine can hotwire our brains for other addictions.
Not water vapor, not harmless, and not cool.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Local Music Watch New England. They specialize in bringing attention and support to the local live music scene. Based in West Warwick and Warwick, their goal is to make people aware of the local bands and venues that host these shows to show support of local musicians. With weekly schedules of live music performances across Rhode Island and other parts of New England, it's hard not to check them out. If you're interested in what they do, you can find them on Facebook at Local Music Watch New England or at lmwne.webadore.com. Now, back to the event.
And we're back. John Parenti, Eric White. Wizards holding to a 2-1 lead. Lights are now on here at Amby Smith Field. Very seasonable evening. Senior night. So far, so good for the Wizards. Emma Pinault came in last inning after Mackenzie Briggs went the first, was it 4 or 5? And made a good account of herself, facing a tough Oakers lineup. Even though they're using a lot of players, the Coventry is.
We think it's Hannah Hawley at first, Ava Hawley at second, Abby Choquette at shortstop, and Klingberg it's not Klingberg at third. So this will be our 5th change at third base in 5 innings for Coventry.
Number 28, Samantha Strain.
Samantha Strain, the other senior, besides Mackenzie Briggs on this West Warwick roster.
Sam was called out on strikes and early at bat in the third, which takes ball 1 from Cronin, who has only been, or I should say, has been the only starter to have seen the same position all night. 2-0. And the 2-0. 2-1. Outfield fairly straight away for the left-handed hitting Strain. Squared the bunt, dropped it right in front of the plate. Fennessy to first, got her.
Ooh.
Good play out of the box by Gabby Fennessy. There's one down. Bad enough you have to pick up the ball. You have to get up to pick the ball. But that thing had a lot of Angelo on it. You saw the spin on it. But Gabby took care of it and threw her out. One down.
That was an excellent play by Coventry on that one.
Maddie Walsh. Single to trigger the 2-run third. Strike 1 from Cronin. If you look into the Coventry 6, that's Hawley, Sakosha, and Hawley. A Sakosha sandwich. Hannah, and then Ava will bat third. That one's down low. Missed with the change. So it'll be a 1-2 offer coming the way of Maddie Walsh. Grounder right at the Wizards bench. Picked up by the on-deck batter, Kia Vankovic. West Warwick got its 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ball missed high. No one aboard. It's a 2-2 count to Walsh. Little flutter down the first baseline, foul. And the pitch. Tipped into the mid of Fennessy, strike 3.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 26, Tiana Kilovanovic.
Kilovanovic officially 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice but scored in the third on the Briggs double. Wizards looking to add a little bit of insurance here as we approach the later innings. Boy, Degno's got his right fielder basically hugging the line in right. Now the big hole is between the center fielder and the right fielder, and I mean huge. Two down for Tiana. There's strike one. Cronin has gone the route, allowed 2 runs, 3 hits. She's struck out 5 and walked 2. The 0-1. Grounded toward third. Picked up there by Hawley, who throws on to first for the out. No, it's not Hawley either. Fellows grounded to third and the out. Produces the end of the 5th inning. Nothing across as we go to the 6th. Wizards 2, Okers 1.
Teen e-cig use or vaping is an epidemic, with 1 in 5 using them, but it's not safe for young people.
Our brains continue to grow until our mid-20s.
Nicotine use can change the way our brains grow, and not for the better.
The part of our brain that makes decisions, calculates risk, learns, and helps memory.
Plus, nicotine can hotwire our brains for other addictions.
Not water vapor, not harmless, and not cool.
All right, top of the 6th. John Parenti, Eric White on a lovely night. Wizards up 2-1. Coventry at the plate. You can't sleep on these Coventry bats, even though they're rotating a lot of players in and out of there. They've already played once today. And this is a non-league game for the Wizards. Coventry, the leaders in Division I South, beating Pilgrim today 2-0 to take the lead in that division. We're going to be hearing more from them.
Tied.
They're tied. Okay.
Tied at 13-2.
So we're going to hear a lot from Coventry in the D1 playoffs, that's for sure.
Number 20, Hannah Hawley.
If Coventry is going to reassume the lead that they had after 2.5, they can't find a better spot in the lineup to do it because they've got Hawley, Sakosha, Ava Hawley, and then Abby Choquette. Emma Pinault on her 2nd inning of work. Leads it off, and there's a little base hit into left field. And she'll take second as well. So we'll see how they score that.
Now
We'll call it a hustle double.
7, Elise Sakosha.
But more importantly, right now, Chris Dagnall has some work to do over at third base because he's got the tying run aboard. And Alicia Sakosha at the plate. And she lost one that is going to be caught at second by Kiovankovic.
Now batting for the Lady Okers, number 10, Ava Hawley.
So here's Ava Hawley, the sophomore. Senior sister Hannah over at second base. 1 down here in the 6th. Ava Hawley came in hitting .418. Offered strike 1. Sullivan, Zadek, Kiovankovic, and Ionati third to first for the Wizards. Defensively, there's a strike. No advance by Hawley. Got a nice little crowd tonight, too.
Yeah.
And the deal. Fall to the backstop. Matty Walsh obliges. Very reminiscent of the games of the old Patuxent Valley Semi-Fast Softball League. Right, Anthony? Those were the good old days. Here's the one to offer. It's down low. It gets by Walsh. On to third base will go Sakosha. Hawley, I should say. And now the tying run is at third. 1-2 to Ava Hawley. Emma's ready. Looks at the target. Throws. Ball misses just outside. I don't want to say he was giving the outside corner while the sun was out, but he was giving the corner while the sun was out. Now that it's twilight, that's shut off. Here's the 2-2. This should tie the game. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Zadek. Throws to first for the out. But on to score comes Hannah Hawley, and we are tied at 2.
Now batting for the Lady Ochres, number 27, Abby Chiquette.
So we're tied at 2. And if you're looking at the Wizards' sixth, it's the 2-3-4. Alves, Briggs, and Battersby.
Well, you said, John, this was going to be a tough part of the lineup to get through, and that's proven to be accurate.
2 down. Change up misses low and away. It's 1-0. Pinault throws. Bounded back through the box. Zadek the first. Innings over. But the Ogres do damage. They come up with a tying run on one hit. And after 5.5 here at Abbey Smith Field, it's now the Ogres 2, the Wizards 2.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Local Music Watch New England. They specialize in bringing attention and support to the local live music scene. Based in West Warwick and Warwick, their goal is to make people aware of local bands and venues that host these shows to show support of local musicians. With weekly schedules of live music performances across Rhode Island and other parts of New England, it's hard not to check them out. If you're interested in what they do, you can find them on Facebook at Local Music Watch New England or at lmwne.webadore.com. Now, back to the event.
Teen e-cig use, or vaping, is an epidemic with 1 in 5 using them, but it's not safe for young people.
Our brains continue to grow until our mid-20s.
Nicotine use can change the way our brains grow, and not for the better.
The part of our brain that makes decisions, calculates risk, learns, and helps memory.
Plus, nicotine can hotwire our brains for other addictions.
Not water vapor, not harmless, and not cool.
John Parenti, Eric White, Neil Diamond here at Abbey Smith Field. I won't sing Sweet Caroline because that would just put our viewership down to 0, maybe.
Well, they can always mute us.
True. My wife tries to do that all the time, so. Anyway, saw the tying run come across. So now 2-2, and we're here going into the bottom of the 6th.
Lady Wizards, number 14, Bria Alves.
Bria Alves at the plate.
Alves has been on base twice. She singled in the third. Scored what was the go-ahead run. Cronin's still in there working her 6th inning. 1-0 to Alves. Alves, Briggs, and Battersby scheduled. There's a strike. We're at 1-1. Corona misses high, 2-1. Hoger outfield straight away. That one's fouled near the light tower. And took a little trip over the fence. Pitch 12s. Grounded towards short. Choquette fires on to Hawley for the out. Again, we assume that was Abby.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 15.
Actually, it's Ashley Klingberg. That's who it is. So Klingberg now at short. I believe she's now played 4 positions tonight. And Hannah Hawley is at first base. This is ball 1 to Mackenzie Briggs. Her 2-run double gave the Wizards a 2-1 lead back in the 3rd inning. Coventry has tied it with a run here in the 6th. There's a liner into left center field. This is going to be good for extra bases. Briggs is on to second base. Briggs is going to stay there with a stand-up double.
Now batting for the Lady Wizards, number 16, Ali Ainati.
Ainati will bat and Battersby spot in the order.
And with a runner in scoring position, this would be a great place to get that run back.
Cronin throws ball 1. Trying to see if Duarte is on deck. And the pitch. A little looper into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit and score a run. On to second base will go Ainati. On to score comes Briggs. The Wizards regain the lead, and on to third base goes Ainati. Little looper down the right field line. We're going to score at a triple.
Number 2, Jamie Duarte.
That was indeed Duarte on deck. And just like that, it's a 1-run game again.
Ali Ainati comes through. And now we're going to see what Brian is going to do in the 7th, because now he's going to be working with 4 more pretty good hitters in Klingberg, Shagno, Bergantino, and Bell. So it doesn't get any easier when the Okras come to the plate in the 7th. But West Warwick has grabbed a 3-2 lead. And looking for another one. Here's a line out. Holy, right on it.
Wow.
Duarte's down. Now there are 2 away.
That was a beautiful play. She didn't even had barely time to react to that one and just was right all over it.
Now for the Lady Wizards, number 24, Deandra Gale.
Deandra Gale.
Deandra Gale will hit. As Brian gives his sub some playing time, there's ball 1 down low. Ainati is at third. Don't know if that was a camera or lightning.
I mean, I'm hoping it was a camera
because it's not raining.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Riley. Swinging strike at 1-1.
Our resident meteorologist, Riley Maynard.
Ainati ready at third. There are 2 down here in the 6th. The Wizards have the lead. The pitch by Cronin. misses upstairs. If they get through Gale, Zadig is scheduled on deck. A 2-1 coming from Cronin to Gale. And here it is. Popped up, popped foul, and out of play. Wizards fired up with the possibility of a potential win over a Division I power just 3 outs away. Two and two to Gale. Cronin's offer is up high, ball 3.
And it would be good to, of course, knock in an insurance run here, John. You know, you got a runner at third. Because with this lineup that Coventry's putting out there, 1-run lead.
Foul tip to the backstop. When you have 11, 12, and 13 batters like Ashley Klingberg, Sophie Shagno, and Sam Bergantino, you know you've got something pretty special ahead of them in the lineup.
Yeah.
Wizards have answered with their own run here in the 6th. The pitch. Fly ball, shallow center field, and it's dropped. They do get the run. Ionati scores. It's going to be scored a base hit. Very difficult play for Klingberg, who rarely plays shortstop, to make the play.
Yeah.
She tried the over-the-shoulder catch. Couldn't come up with it. The Wizards lead it 4-2, and that's a big run.
Definitely a big run, and gives them some breathing room coming into the other half of the inning. Coming into the top of the 7th, if they can put that away. Still, it's not a gimme with this Coventry lineup coming up.
Zadig 0 for 0 officially. She walked in sacrifice. Throwback to first. Courtesy runner at first. Got to be Moto again. Swinging strike 1-1. Tell you, Fennessy looks right at home behind the plate. The backup to Ashley Klingberg. Cronin's pitch is a strike. Back to first they go again. Nothing doing. Moto back safely. Nice little snap throw there by Fennessy. 1-2 coming. Strike 3, got her. But here in the 6th inning, the Wizards pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base. Suddenly, it's last call for Coventry. The Ochres trail it 4-2.
Do you ever sit at home on the weekend with nothing to do? Check out Local Music Watch New England, your source for live local music, making local bands and venues publicly known. The group shares all of their information on their Facebook and website. Just search for Local Music Watch New England on Facebook or visit their website www.lmwne.webador.com. Local Music Watch New England, keeping an eye on local music so you don't have to.
All right, Media Broadcasting and Journalism Pathways production of Wizards softball. Wizards up 4-2. Coventry coming up, top of the 7th. Wizards got 2 runs in the last inning to break a 2-2 tie. Either they're 3 outs away from a win, or if there are 2 more runs come across for Coventry, then we're going to be here for a little while.
Emma Pinault is ready. She's working her 3rd inning of relief.
For the Lady Ochres, number 17.
She's allowed a run, a hit, a walk, a strikeout. And she faces the second heart of the Coventry order. Batters 11, 12, and 13 in this non-league night. Ashley Klingberg a sac fly. In her only trip, she takes ball 1. Klingberg came in at 244. And is ready and throws. Strike in the heart. Sullivan at third, Zedek at short, Kavankovic at second, Iannati at first, I believe. Here's a liner down the left field line. That's going to be good for extra bases. Klingberg on her way to second. She's in with a double. And the Oakers
Just right here. Right here.
have life
No,
here
no,
in
no,
the
no.
seventh.
Oakers. Number 17, Ashley.
Okay.
No, excuse me. Number 9, Sophie Shagno.
So it's Shagno to the plate. Time is called. Now they're going to have a conference with the umpires. Don't know what on earth that could be. That ball was very definitely down the line.
Yeah.
Very definitely fair.
Absolutely. That wasn't even over the base. There's no question on that.
Well, whatever it is, they just called her safe. I don't know if there was an appeal at first or what.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, Emma Pinault now throws to Sophie Shagnot. Or Shagno. It's going to take me a while. Sophie came in at 366. She's 0 for 1 tonight. These Oakers can hit.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Emma's ready, throws ball 1.
This is a big spot for Pennell to come in. You know, as a sophomore, she's had a strong year so far. They've used her a bit.
Oakers came in 16-2. They have not lost a game since April, I want to say 27th. April 16th.
April 16th, yep. Against
On
Pilgrim.
The third, there's a delayed steal, and Klingberg is at third base. 4-2 West Warwick. Nobody out here in the 7th inning. Sam Bergantino is on deck. She's only hit .356 so far this year. And the pitch. Line drive left field. The shortstop comes over. Zedek makes the play. Nice little running catch. One out.
Now
One away.
Lady Oakers, number 14, Sam Bergantino.
The Wizards will back their infield up to normal depth. They'll allow the run to score. They just need 2 outs to pull off what many would consider an upset. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Nice stab by Walsh.
I think April 16th was tax day this year. They haven't lost since tax day.
They lost 2 games back-to-back on the 15th and 16th.
Yep.
Smithfield beat them 14-13.
Extra innings, I believe that one was. Yeah.
And then they lost to Pilgrim 8-5. And since then, they've run off 11 in a row. Looking to make some noise in the upcoming Division I playoffs of the Oakers.
Yeah.
Wizards are looking to make some noise in the upcoming Division II playoffs.
Yeah.
They'll be there. They've got the qualifying 7 wins.
Yeah.
Emma's change missed high.
And if they have a home playoff game, we will be here. Hope you can come with us.
If it's
If
a night game, it'll be broadcast as well.
Yeah.
There's a liner. Nice stop by Zedek on to first. The run will score. But that will go and show you how big Gale's hit was.
Lady Oakers, number 11, Liliana Bell.
That
Coventry
insurance
down
run.
to its last out. Bell up for the second time tonight, struck out facing Briggs. Now facing Pinault for the first time, ball 1. So it is 4-3 with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Coventry's last ditch effort here. Ball 2 is up high. Mia Allen is on deck if Bell should reach. Here's the 2-0 in the heart. Anthony Carcetti and I were talking before the game began about what this would mean for West Warwick if they should knock them off. It would be a major feather in the cap and a real confidence builder for a still young team. The sophomore Penault is on the mound. The Wizards only graduate Strain and Mackenzie Briggs. Here's the 2-1. Strike 2, and the Oakers are now down to their last strike. Two and two, nobody aboard. Oakers down a run. Here it comes. Popped foul out of play. The Wizards have 6 hits tonight. The Oakers have 3. Make it 4 with the Klingberg double. Emma Penault is ready. Here's the offer. Foul back. Kind of golfed back. A lot of nervous Nellies to our right. This place has not been this quiet all night. Here's the 2-2. Got her on the changeup, strike 3, and the Wizards take it home. West Warwick pulls off an eyebrow raiser at least, knocking off Coventry on senior night and sending the Oakers to only their 3rd loss of the year with a 4-3 win. Your final totals for West Warwick: 4 runs, 6 hits. The Wizards made no errors. They stranded 3. Coventry 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. The Oakers stranded 4. The winning pitcher is Emma Penault, now 5-0. Emily Cronin takes the loss in a game that took unofficially 1 hour and 38 minutes to play.
Excellent win for the Wizards, giving them some momentum going into the last couple of games of the season and the playoffs. And, for Coventry, they rotated a lot of players in and out, obviously, but it's a win over a Division I team, and facing a lineup like this is a great win.
Yeah, it's all in how you look at it. I mean, everybody got to the plate at least twice. The heavy hitters, Cronin, the Hawleys, Shagno, Bergantino, Choquette, they all got to the plate, but they didn't do much on the combination of Mackenzie Briggs and Emma Penault. Let me do a little quick scoring summary here. Coventry took a 1-0 lead on a Neva Hawley double, and an Ashley Klingberg sacrifice made it 1-0 at the top of the 3rd. Wizards came right back. Maddie Walsh a single straightaway center field. Kjovankovic reached on a fielder's choice. Bria Alves moved her over to second. And then Mackenzie Briggs offered a 2-out, 2-run double to left center field to make it 2-1 West Warwick. Coventry came back with a run in the 6th on a Sakosha double and a ground ball off the bat of Choquette to make it 3-2 or 2-2. But then the Wizards came right back with 2 runs in the 6th to take a 4-2 lead on a double by Briggs, right, and a RBI triple by Ali Ayanadi. And then Ayanadi scored on a Gales single, which proves to be the winning hit. So Briggs with 2 doubles, a run scored and 2 RBI. But Gales hit the reserve, the big stroke in this one. The Oakers did come back with a run in the 2nd on Klingberg's double and a ground ball off the bat of Bergantino, but it wasn't enough. 4-3, your final.
There you have it. John Parenti, thank you very much for sitting in with us. It was a pleasure as always. Wizards take this one on senior night. And here from the Snack Shack signing off is John Parenti, Eric White, Riley Maynard, who executive produced. And we had Deja Murtaugh and Kaylee Gosselin out in the center field camera doing a great job out there. And also Liliana Volpe on the camera right here next to the Snack Shack, and Nathan Onek coming through once again with some good camera work. From all of us here, have a good night, everyone.